how many parents do we have in the room right now? Just put your hand up if you're a parent. Great. Now, have you ever looked around in your school or public library for a book about the fishing industry or even where your fish come from? Have you found that book for 6 to 8-year-olds? My name is Patrick Sachs, and I work at the Australian Fisheries Management Authority. And I'm really lucky to have 2 beautiful boys aged 4 and 7, so I've spent a lot of time in libraries. But I've never found that book about the fishing industry or where your fish come from. Until now. I'm also lucky enough to read my boys' books as they're going to bed most nights. I've read my boys' books about where their beef comes from, milk, chicken, lamb, but still not that fish. And that really hit home to me. What about the fishermen in Australia that don't have the same opportunity that I have? What can we do for them? Well, we can write that book. And that's where Captain of My Fishing Boat comes from, just here. A children's storybook is a fantastic way to illustrate the heart and soul of the fishing industry in a fun and energizing way that also teaches children how to read. Captain of My Fishing Boat is about a boy, let's call him Brody, whose dad's a fisherman. When his dad goes out to sea, Brody dreams about being captain of his fishing boat and takes us on a journey from ocean to plate. Brody shows us what's involved in finding the best fishing spots, how you're setting and holing your gear, the research that supports our fisheries, the wildlife that we may interact with, how our fish gets to the market, and eventually to your plate. My favorite part, though, is when Brody waits down at the wharf for his dad to come home so he can share his stories and adventures with him. The power of the book is when we get it into our schools and into the hands of our children. And for this, you need to consider 3 key principles. First, the structure of the book is really important. How your eyes flow from top to bottom, from left to right, is a really important consideration to have. And second, the language used in the book should match the reading level that you're targeting, while also introducing just a few new words that children can learn. And finally, repeating those new words helps children to learn to read and learn about the seafood industry. Now, the executive teacher at my boys' school helped me with these principles. And she said, as the book's written this way, it can be used for 3 types of reading. For older, more advanced readers, can be read independently on their own. The books can also be used in the classroom setting with lessons about the book with the classroom. And for my favorite is when the book can be used for guided reading. In other words, when you as a parent are sitting down with your child and reading the book. By including the heart and soul and telling the stories of the seafood community, we can ignite in our children the same passion that we have for the seafood industry, and also show how the different sectors come together to form the Australian seafood community. So where to from here? Captain of My Fishing Boat was placed on the first school library shelf just 2 weeks ago, and it's already been used in Year 1, Year 2, kindergarten, and preschool classes. And from the positive feedback that we've received from the teachers and librarians, we're committed to getting this book into more school libraries. At the same time, Penguin Books Australia is reviewing Captain of My Fishing Boat over the next month, and they're going to decide and give us some advice if they're interested or if any other publishers they know about are interested in distributing the book more widely. And we're pursuing opportunities here in the ACT to get Captain of My Fishing Boat put on the ACT Chief Minister's Reading Challenge for 2015. Now, when Naomi, Donna, and I embarked on this strategy, we had a plan to develop just 2 children's book concepts and choose one to complete. We thought that was enough work in 6 months' time. But we decided to commit to our strategy, commit to the industry, and show our leadership capabilities. Now, this took some real resilience, but in the end, we created 2 books that can stand So I'd like to introduce Donna to